Hello, beautiful hearts. Welcome back to Enny's Diamond Stories, where faith meets real-life stories that inspire, heal, and shine with purpose. If you're joining us for the first time, we're so glad you're here. Get ready for another soul-touching story that will leave you thinking, growing, and trusting God more deeply. Let's dive right in. Today's special episode on how to stop abuse in children, breaking the cycle before it begins. We're here because every child deserves safety. Every child deserves love, and every child deserves the chance to grow into a whole, emotionally strong, and confident adult, free from the chains of abuse. This conversation is not just for parents. It's for teachers, pastors, youth mentors, grandparents, social workers, and anyone who cares about the next generation. Together, let's understand the roots, recognize the signs, and build homes where healing can flourish. Abuse in children is more than bruises and harsh words. It's a silent war that often starts in homes and spreads through generations. Some children grow up never hearing kind words. Others live in fear of punishment, rejection, or neglect. And many carry these wounds silently into adulthood, becoming broken partners, confused parents, or silent sufferers. But here's the good news: abuse can be prevented. The cycle can be broken. With knowledge, love, intentionality, and the right support, every adult can become a safe space for children. So let's dive into the practical, the emotional, the spiritual, and yes, the uncomfortable truths we need to face. Understanding the roots of abuse. Abuse is the misuse of power or control to hurt another person emotionally, physically, sexually, or psychologically. It can happen in any kind of relationship, marriage, dating, family, friendship, or workplace, and affects people of all genders, ages, and cultures. Abuse is not just about physical violence. It includes physical abuse, hitting, slapping, harsh beatings; verbal abuse, insults, name-calling, threats; emotional abuse, rejection, manipulation, excessive criticism; sexual abuse, inappropriate touching, exposure, exploitation; financial abuse, withholding money, controlling access to resources; neglect, failure to meet basic needs like food, shelter, education, love; spiritual abuse, using religion to shame, control, or isolate a child. Where does abuse begin? Most abusive behaviors don't start in adulthood. They begin in childhood, often shaped by the home environment, cultural beliefs, and emotional development. A child who grows up witnessing abuse, feeling unloved, or being shamed may learn to copy those patterns in future relationships. Believe that abuse is a normal part of love. Become numb to the suffering of others. Struggle with emotions like anger, fear, or insecurity. Abuse is not always passed down intentionally, but it is learned, absorbed, and repeated unless interrupted. Why focus on both boys and girls? Historically, much attention has been given to how boys who witness abuse may become future abusers, and how girls who grow up in those homes may become victims. But the truth is more complex. Girls can also become abusive partners, especially emotionally or verbally. Boys can grow up to be silent victims, tolerating abuse because they were taught not to express weakness. Both genders can internalize toxic beliefs that lead to unhealthy relationships. That's why it's important to raise both boys and girls with the tools to form healthy, respectful, emotionally mature relationships, breaking the cycle for good. The cycle of abuse. How it continues. Here's how abuse can pass from one generation to the next. Child witnesses or experiences abuse, verbal, physical, emotional. Child learns false beliefs, e.g., violence is power, love means control, speaking up is dangerous. Child carries unhealed trauma into adult relationships. Adult either becomes abusive, tolerates abuse, or both. If they have children, the cycle restarts, unless healing occurs. Why this matters. Understanding these patterns is not about blaming parents or excusing abusers. It's about recognizing warning signs early, creating healing environments for children and teens, teaching empathy, boundaries, communication, and self-control, equipping caregivers, educators, and churches to model respectful behavior. When we address the roots of abuse, we don't just rescue victims, we prevent future harm. Can this cycle be broken? Yes, it can, but it takes awareness, understanding how early life shapes beliefs and behavior, support, creating safe spaces for healing, especially for those with trauma. Intervention. Correcting harmful behavior before it becomes dangerous. Discipleship and mentorship. Modeling godly love, healthy masculinity and femininity, and emotional wholeness. Every child is shaped by what they see, hear, and feel growing up. When we choose to raise children with empathy, respect, structure, and love, we don't just build better homes, we transform generations. Let us look at 20 childhood issues that contribute to future abuse in relationships, with practical examples. These early life experiences affect both boys and girls, influencing how they behave in relationships later in life, either as aggressors, victims, or both. Understanding these issues is essential for breaking generational cycles of abuse and building emotionally healthy families. 1. Exposure to domestic violence early in life. Children who grow up watching one parent abuse the other often normalize violence as a way to handle conflict. A girl sees her father push her mother during arguments. As an adult, she tolerates abusive partners, believing love involves pain. A boy sees the same and believes violence is a way to assert dominance. 2. Emotional neglect and lack of nurturing. When children's emotional needs are ignored, they grow up with limited empathy, low self-worth, or emotional numbness. A boy cries after failing a test and is mocked. A girl seeks comfort after being bullied but is told to get over it. Both learn to suppress emotions, leading to detachment or emotional outbursts in adult relationships. 3. Rigid gender role conditioning. Teaching children that boys must be dominant and girls must be submissive sets the stage for abuse and inequality. A boy is praised for controlling his sister. A girl is told to obey men. As adults, he demands obedience from his partner, while she believes she must tolerate mistreatment to be accepted. 4. Punitive or harsh physical discipline. When children are constantly beaten or humiliated, they associate pain with love, power, or correction. A girl is beaten for not finishing chores. As a woman, she believes abuse is how love is shown. A boy, harshly disciplined, sees aggression as a tool for control later in life. 5. Bullying or peer abuse without intervention. When adults ignore bullying, children may internalize helplessness or crave control in adulthood. A boy bullied in school seeks to regain control by dominating others later. A girl bullied for her appearance becomes emotionally abusive in relationships to avoid vulnerability. 6. Absence of positive role models. Children without healthy examples of love and respect struggle to form stable relationships. A boy never sees a man treat women with kindness. A girl grows up never seeing mutual respect between couples. Both repeat dysfunction are tolerated as normal. 7. Suppression of emotions due to culture or family. Children told to hide feelings often grow up emotionally blocked, leading to rage, anxiety, or toxic dependency. A girl is told to stop crying because strong girls don't cry. A boy hears the same. Neither learns to process pain, only to hide it or act out violently. 8. Verbal abuse and humiliation. Constant shaming can shatter self-esteem, resulting in insecurity, defensiveness, and controlling behavior. A child constantly hears, "You're useless." As an adult, they either belittle others or seek constant validation, often through toxic or abusive means. 9. Childhood trauma, including sexual abuse. Unresolved trauma creates deep emotional scars that can later manifest as control, fear, rage, or self-harm. A girl sexually abused grows up believing she's worthless. She tolerates abusive partners. A boy abused may project his pain by trying to dominate others. 10. Unstable or inconsistent parenting. Homes filled with unpredictability, where love and punishment are erratic, breed anxiety and emotional instability. A girl's mother praises her one day and insults her the next. As an adult, she fears abandonment and accepts abuse. A boy raised this way becomes volatile, mimicking the chaos he knew. 11. Belief in gender superiority. Teaching children that one gender is better than the other distorts relationships and fosters entitlement or submission. A boy is told, "Men are always right." He grows up feeling entitled. A girl is told, "Good women keep quiet." She endures mistreatment in silence. 12. Lack of conflict resolution skills. When children only witness yelling or avoidance, they grow up with poor communication habits. A child sees parents slam doors or give each other the silent treatment. As adults, they either escalate conflict or retreat into silence, often leading to emotional or physical abuse. 13. Glorification of violence in media or home. Repeated exposure to violence, whether in games, shows, or family life, desensitizes children to harm. A girl loves shows where women fight to win affection. A boy idolizes characters who discipline women with slaps. Both grow up associating control with love. 14. Praise for aggression over compassion. When strength is celebrated but kindness is dismissed, children become emotionally underdeveloped. A boy is praised for fighting bullies, but not for helping a classmate. A girl is praised for being tough, not empathetic. Both grow up confused about emotional connection. 15. Household culture of silence. In homes where no one talks about real issues, children internalize fear, pain, and isolation. A child senses their mother is hurting but hears, everything's fine. As adults, they avoid honest conversations, leading to bottled emotions and explosive arguments. 16. Lack of consequences for harmful behavior. When bad behavior goes uncorrected, children feel invincible, and that rules don't apply to them. A girl hits a sibling and laughs. No one corrects her. A boy breaks things and is ignored. Both grow up thinking they can hurt others without accountability. 17. Justification of abuse by adults. When parents excuse abuse, children learn to blame others for their behavior. A boy hears, "Your mother made me angry, that's why I hit her." He grows up blaming partners. A girl hears the same and blames herself when hurt by others. 18. Learns silence from the victimized parent. Watching a parent suffer quietly teaches children that enduring pain is noble, or unavoidable. A child sees their mother endure emotional abuse and say nothing. As adults, they either copy the abuser or stay silent victims. 19. Emotional abandonment or jealousy. Feeling unloved or replaced in childhood can lead to possessiveness or insecurity in relationships. A girl feels neglected after a baby brother is born. A boy feels replaced by his stepfather. Both grow into adults who fear abandonment and try to control their partners. 20. Low self-worth and fear of rejection. Children who never feel enough grow up desperate for approval, and may use manipulation or aggression to keep relationships. A child constantly hears, "You'll never succeed." As an adult, they cling to relationships, fearing rejection, and may lash out when threatened with loss. These childhood experiences do not excuse abusive behavior, but they explain how such behavior begins, grows, and repeats across generations. Abuse is not just a moment, it is often the final product of years of unaddressed wounds. By understanding and identifying these issues early in both boys and girls, we can take action. Parents can teach healthy emotional expression. Schools can promote respectful conflict resolution. Churches and communities can encourage accountability, healing, and support. Adults can break the silence and confront harmful norms passed down through culture or trauma. Let's raise children, both boys and girls, who grow up to build peaceful homes, not destroy them.
Thank you for watching this eye-opening episode on childhood wounds that silently shape our future relationships. At Enny's Diamond Stories, we don't just tell stories. We spark healing, start conversations, and shine light on the painful truths too many people hide behind closed doors. If this story made you reflect, brought tears to your eyes, or gave you hope for a better future, don't walk away in silence. Subscribe now to join a growing family that believes in love, healing, and breaking harmful cycles. Turn on your notification bell so you never miss a moment of truth, hope, and transformation. Together, let's raise diamonds, not just children, polished by love, not pain. Subscribe, share, speak up, heal. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.